Okay, so I'm going to try to read outside, see how it works. How it doesn't work, I'm using my phone and a new setup to me, so we'll see. This is the card deck that I am using. The Viator Somnorium. A Neuromancy deck, okay? And it's by Stephanie Elia. Okay. So it is quite nice. We have now gotten more. I've got bikini top weather, and I am out getting some rays and reading on the cards. This is my favorite. It will be even better when I move and I am in a more quiet area. So, I'm going to be reading on reportedly, allegedly haunted locations. Some of these are personal locations where people have lived that have written in and asked me just to throw the cards on the place. And so that's basically what I'm doing. So I'm going to begin with the Tulsa Black Wall Street Massacre that happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I will be putting more extensive links to educate you, if you've not heard of it, in the description box. But for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and go into the reading. And I'm going to use just a Celtic Cross style reading to see what I pick up. But you never know. I could decide, hey, let's go to my typical way, that's reading in pairs. We'll see just what comes up. I think that if I really wanted to narrow it down to like just one person, that might be a way to do it. But maybe I should go ahead and read in pairs. Okay, let's see what we get. So I'm going to dial in to the Black Wall Street Massacre in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I'm reading on the location. I'm trying to ask the cards to pick up on the location what energy or spirit may even be, or spirits may even be left. So let's see what we get with the cards, what they pick up and what they want to tell us about. Black Wall Street, that's a generalized area. But Tulsa, Oklahoma. Interesting place, Tulsa. Okay, so I asked my spiritual mentors and guides and the Creator to assist me to read accurately and clearly on this subject matter, on the Black Wall Street Massacre, Oklahoma City. I'm sorry, not Oklahoma City. Tulsa, Oklahoma. This deck, I think, is the Illusori Deck. Again, I will put this one also in the description box. You can get it off Etsy. Okay. Well, we get the card of adventure covering that location. And certainly was. People were settling there, creating businesses and shops, and it was an adventure. And no less, Page of Pentacles in creating a business, getting to know how you do that, and creating their own socio-economic system, monetary. And you know, certain people that are corrupt couldn't stand that. Control. And that's probably where this is, with the King of Swords. This is also possibly identifiable by a person, adult male, that would be possibly of an air sign. Would have been connected to law, or I feel like politics, potentially. And I'm not feeling them in a positive way here, because this is the card of what crosses you for better or for worse. And often it's talking about a issue you are struggling with at the present, or what might be at the present that's difficult. Or you may or may not realize it. So anyhow, this is the energy it's picking up on. The desire by, in particularly, one man, I feel like, that called the shots. Somebody probably, and again, I'm sure people are mentioning the name of the person out loud. I'm just reading the cards for right now, but this is going to be, I think, the absolute enemy who was against it and wanting to control it from day one. Did not like the idea of black folks succeeding. Shame on them. And this is based, yes, we're picking up on the heavily, I think, on the I think racial desire out of fear to control this and not to allow them to get too successful. In fact, to crush it. They wanted control. Didn't want them advancing, is what the word I'm picking up is. And we have the Two of Swords. Interesting that we have the Page of Swords as the basis, and the Two as the crown. And they wanted to render it inactive. It shows decision. There was definitely the decision to stop this adventure, this capital venture, by the black community. That shows up very clear. I can't say how much clearer. I don't know how well you can see this because it's a little bit difficult for me to make out, you know, but I think it's good enough. I hope. And what would have been the past to that location are the projections, the Seven of Cups. Now this is to do with an energy that's not, it's shifting, it's fluid. And this also can be people's fears leading them astray. And to do what they did, like, oh, you can't let them have control. But this is delusion, okay? The Seven of Cups is often delusion. Yes, it can be about projecting. Yes, absolutely projecting their own fears, saying that they would do what, I think black Americans would do, that those who were opposing them, what they would do. You know, projecting. We're very familiar with that behavior here, of especially of recent, with racists and bigots that surround us. Here I'm shown the card of receptivity. I believe there was appeal made on some part about the actions that they were going to take, the decision to bring conflict, to bring Black Wall Street to its knees, to control. And they were concerned about the capabilities. It shows there, definitely. They didn't want them out performing them. Again, the two. We get the Two of Wands. We have the Two of Swords up here. So this is somebody making this a point of conflict, when it could have been possibilities. Somebody else wants to make it a point of crushing someone else. It could have benefited, it shows, in the environment, everybody. That is so sad. And I think some people were open to it, but clearly others were ready to smash it from the word go. So I feel like there is a power that does remain there, but I think he's one of them that instigated bringing this upon Black Wall Street. I think it's a white person, male. Yeah, lonely. They are alone. They are like, they fear it too. They fear having to look at themselves, and in an honest way. I also see that this place still holds a great deal of positive energy, and that's interesting. I think the euphoria of the success that was had there still, and the pride and the true confidence it instilled in people, despite the fact that it was crushed by people that couldn't handle the idea. At the end of the day, this needed to happen, despite the fact that people were going to destroy it, because people would know then that they would be capable of creating this. They would just have to overcome the bigots, as usual. So the one thing that I'm also getting is I think there could be a definite and will be a resurgence, most definitely in people of color and small businesses, and this real sense of celebration with the socioeconomic connection. Let's pull a few more cards. I also see a female that was there, possibly a child, a mother and a child that were killed. But I don't know that they're stuck. This is the one that's stuck. This is the King of Swords. Control freak. Probably his wife and child. I think, otherwise there's just pretty much residual. A lot of residual. But the bit of intelligent haunt I get would be a King of Swords projecting yet. On people that can, I think, pick up clairaudient, mediumistic abilities. That's what I get now about this area. And he likes to stir up trouble. But I see at the end of the day, there could be what I think is possible yet in the future of some kind of renaissance with that area. And that might finally push him out. He's just trying to hold, but with this in the environment, the Two of Wands is, again, it's a point of initiation. It is the next step. It is advancement. So that means people will make decisions, and I feel like with this capabilities also, I feel like I'm just feeling like people will want to bring that back up. It's like the area there is waiting to be revitalized. Yeah, there's also, I feel like a stronger individual. A King of Wands, the creative energy that is active, and I feel like it's going to get active again, and social, more and more socially, people be drawn to that idea, and checking it out. And families. Definitely some kind of resurgence. That's really cool. So that this Ten of Wands associated with that place will be, I feel like that energy will, it's time for it to shift, more than likely. Yeah, King of Pentacles. Look, there's been oppression because of, no doubt, white power-based greedy dudes coming in and taking over and squashing any kind of dissent. But this oppression is going to end, and I see abundance again. So again, I'm getting a really strong indication that, hey, you know, if you're a person of color, start looking into people that are looking to revitalize that again, because I think it's going to prove a good idea. There's great hope for it. And it does show that with that hope, that there was the Ten of Swords. It was destroyed. So it has to be rebuilt. I still see despise that ruin. I am sorry, y'all, for all the outdoor noise, but I still see, oh thanks, yeah, rev it up more, that's great. I still see that there is going to be rebuilding. Yes, right there. And I believe that Black Wall Street will come alive again. It's going to have some kind of a renaissance. And black businesses are only going to, you know, I'd say get involved if that's where your interest lies. Because I'm really feeling like the spirit there wants that energy to go from an oppressive source, the overhold, into a new revitalized energy. I think everyone can see that in this reading. So that's a very interesting reading on Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And boy, do I hope this recorded.